Do you believe in transparency in your business? And if so, how much? Like, if you've ever battled with how much to share with your staff and how much to keep from them, then I think you're going to love The Great Game of Business by Jack Stack. Now, you may not have ever heard of Jack, but you're going to want to when you hear about his track record. He's the founder, president, and CEO of SRC Holdings Corporation. He's been called the smartest strategist in America by Inc. magazine and one of the top 10 minds in small business by Fortune magazine. He pioneered the leadership model known as open book management, which basically creates financial transparency so that everybody in the company knows where the money goes. He has started, acquired, and owned over 60 businesses and created thousands of jobs since 1983. But here's the kicker. Along the way, his company's stock value has increased. Are you ready for this? 360,000%. Yeah, that wasn't a mistake. 360,000%. The book is the result of Jack's evolution as a CEO when he took over a subdivision of International Harvester that was on the verge of bankruptcy, and he created one of the most amazing turnarounds in business history. To put in perspective just how great of a leader this guy is, if you had invested $1,000 of shares in Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, over the same amount of time, your stake would have been worth about $113,000. Not a bad return on your money. But if you had invested $1,000 in the people of SRC Bank in 1983, you would be worth $3.4 million today. That's pretty insane. So I give this book a 5 out of 5 head tilts. And I think that anybody who has a successful lifestyle business or higher would enjoy this book. It's definitely not a book for somebody in the struggle zone, though. You have to have hit your stride already to really implement the strategies in this book. By the way, if you're not sure what phase you're at in the entrepreneur's journey, or even if you just want to know a little bit more about those various stages, check out my business book scorecard. It's a free Q&A that takes just a few minutes. And at the end, you're going to get a custom curated list of the top 10 books for you based upon where you're at in your specific entrepreneurial journey. The reality is all books can be a 5 out of 5 if you read them at the right time in your business development. Why waste time reading books that don't apply to you? I've already sorted through over 500 business books to share with you the top 10 books that apply directly to you. It's fast, it's free, and the link is inside the description of this video. All right, back to Jack. All right, he covers a wide range of leadership and management aspects in the book, but the one principal theme in almost all of it is his insistency that every employee in a company should be financially literate and understand how their individual actions impact the bottom line of a company. He developed open book management that requires every employee to be educated on how to read the profit and loss statement of the company. The effect is that everybody on the team understands where the company is on its goals and whether or not they're going to hit their bonuses in time. So if not, they can create changes to ensure that they can hit the goal. He's a big fan of employee stock ownership, and he's developed one of the most simple yet brilliant employee bonus incentive programs that I've ever seen. Now, without going into all the details, here's the basic premise. Most incentive programs for employees are designed with an earn it or lose it structure, which can become self-defeating because if the team finds themselves behind on their milestones, it actually demotivates them to work any harder because they feel a sense of futility. But Jack's system has quarterly milestones where if they miss the milestone, say on Q1, they can make up for it on Q2 and earn, say, 80% of Q1's bonus as well as their Q2 bonus. And this catch-up technique carries throughout the entire year. So they could literally feasibly miss Q1 through Q3 incentives, but still pull it out at the end in Q4, and they would still get a portion of their Q1, Q2, and Q3 bonuses back as well. This effect sustains motivation if they're on track and can actually increase motivation if they find themselves behind because they can still catch up no matter how late it is in the game. Now, however, by this logic, he is ruthless in terms of achieving those numbers. And if they miss their targets but come insanely close, like one year they missed their target by 0.01%, and he didn't say close enough, they didn't get the bonus. Here was his criteria for an effective bonus plan. Number 1, set the baseline at the lowest point that still guarantees the company's security. Number 2, make sure people have the opportunity to take home a significant portion of the additional profits generated under the bonus plan. Number 3, make it possible for people to earn bonuses frequently enough to keep them involved in the financial game. And then number 4, start with a small bonus pool and let it grow as the year goes on so that people have the opportunity and the incentives to meet all the goals and earn the entire bonus right up until the very end. Macy also gives this book a 5 out of 5 head tilts, and she's requested that I now implement a similar bonus plan for her with her treats. Sometimes transparency sucks. Here's some of the excerpts from the book that really jumped out at me. The more educated your workforce is about the company, the more capable it is of doing the little things required to get better. In business, you watch the numbers, and the numbers establish a pattern. As a CEO, you want to see those patterns. You want to master them. The benchmarks tell you where you are in a particular pattern. Moral: don't accept any number until you understand where it came from and you know it's real. Point: businesses always have problems. Numbers tell you where the problems are and how worried you should be. If your bonus program isn't completely quantifiable, there is something wrong with it. People need targets and rewards they can count on. That means giving them numbers. Winning shouldn't be a judgment call or a matter of opinion. If it is, people won't believe you and the program will fail. Put a name and a face on every line in the income statement. Okay, I realize that was a lot of quotes, but honestly, I could just keep sharing passage after passage. This was one of those books where I highlighted so much amazing content, I nearly maxed out the amount of text Kindle allows for highlighting. It was just that good. This is one of those books you'll most likely want to go back to over and over if you decide to implement the open book management. And I sure hope you do, by the way. And if you do, make sure you come back and share with me how you implemented the strategies. I'd love to know. Also, feel free to share in the comments books that you think I might enjoy. You know, some of my favorite books of all time I learned about from people that I respect. So your opinion is valued to me. Please put them in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, hey, I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. So next time I release another book review, you'll be one of the first to know. Until the next review, let's both try a little harder to be a little better. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch that book review. If you liked it, I think you might like this one as well. Check it out.